For the first filter today, I have the Amethyst Gems of the Game filter, in which during the week it absolutely popped off. I stood on it for I would say roughly 15 minutes, maybe less than that, and I managed to get a card to pop up for 14k, sniped him, and sold him back for 60k. I do highly recommend this filter off of that, and would say, though, that you probably won't get as lucky as I did, so just be wary if you don't have much time, don't spend that much on this filter. For my next filter today, I'd like to show you the Amethyst Cheapest, which I would say is a very good filter, but beforehand you must check the price and make sure that if anybody pops up for the price that you're scrolling on, not to pick them up if they're in that price range that I just looked at. So I'd go up to 12k if the cards are 10k, I'd go up to 15k if the cards are 13k. Just make sure you know that before you have any false snipes, because obviously that's not a good thing. Although this filter is very much hot right now. Over the week, I got 2 snipes with sitting on it for 2 minutes. It's that good. For my next filter today, I'm going to show you the Diamond Minimum 500 buyout, minimum 100,000 bid. Just so you know, you should check how much cards are going for in terms of if they're on over 100k, because especially with some of these new cards and some of the older cards, it's harder to understand where or when to pick the guy up. So just know that before. Now, on content days at least, as you can see, it's a pretty long scroll, so just be ready if anything pops up. The next filter is the Diamond Cheapest filter, in which, again, I've heard that you get a lot of snipes on here, and at least for me, even though it hasn't been very active, I would still work this filter. As you can see in the next few minutes, there will be cards posted up for cheaper. They're not snipes, but that does mean that people are throwing up cards, and someone may accidentally throw up a card for, let's say, 60k, and that's still profit. So just be ready here. On content days, of course, everything is way hotter. The next filter, as you can see by who's there, is the Pink Diamond Minimum 500 Buy Now filter. Now, if you have a ton of time on your hands and you're extremely patient when sniping, sit on this filter. I have seen more recently that there are cards being thrown up for, I'm assuming by accident, 100k. So just, again, be ready. This filter is not hot at all, especially with the awful pack odds once again. I looked whenever I got home from school, and it said that there were 7 pink diamonds up from the new set. So I'm going to be honest, don't expect too much. For the next filter today, I have the Gems of the Game Cheapest, which I know I had in Tuesday's video, but still, it's a good filter if you're a budget sniper and you don't have very much MT, then work this. As far as I know, it's a content day, so of course it's probably going to be hot. Most people post up their cards on content days. Not extremely sure why, since I know some of these aren't even in there, like the diamonds, but, they still post them up, so yeah, it's going to be hot. For my next filter, I have an extremely high recommended filter, unless it was just my luck. But, I got a snipe within a minute of sitting on here, and this is the Ruby BBQ Buckets filter, with the cheapest being 7k. Now, of course, there are 2 rubies going for pretty much upper 20k. So, obviously, if you see Austin Rivers or Rayon, make sure you pick them up as fast as physically possible. Because, that's like 20k profit right there. And, yeah, this is a really good filter as far as I know, unless I got really lucky. And you'll see the snipe that I got in about, a couple seconds. Yes, I know that TJ was a snipe. I, for some reason, skipped on it. Next up is the Ruby Ray Allen filter, which of course he's going for like 30K. And so is Austin Rivers. Now you could use either one of these filters. That's why I didn't make two for it. And what you would do is you would sit on, I would sit on a scroll to make sure his price doesn't get extremely cheap, and then you snipe him for what's not even a snipe. And then finally, last but not least, I have the pretty much any position other than point guard, diamond, barbecue buckets filter, because everybody but Steve Nash is going for over 100K as far as I know. Now, you might want to keep a close eye on Purvis Short. He might not be going for over 100K by the time this video comes out, because whenever I recorded it, as far as I know, he was going for like 100K on the dot, so he might become a buy now. Just make sure you understand his price, and yeah.